trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website, you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the User Giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
Hi there guys, welcome back. Hope we're all doing well after the short little break. Obviously that last game going the distance, really kind of proving which teams can best the other. Obviously did go the way of Sinners. They're going to be happy with the result of that. I believe it was Sinners. Yeah, Sinners taking it in that best of 3. He was on that Mirage 13-10. But obviously enough about that game. We're going to be heading into another one very shortly. But Charlie, what are you thinking about today? How are you feeling about the Swiss stage?
I'm excited. We've seen already some very good games, and I think obviously this is the last 2 games that we've got today, Fred, that are going to be of these openers, and they can really set the tempo for how the rest of this group is going to sort of play out and how it's going to go. So I'm very excited to see how these final 2 fixtures go, because I think maybe there could be an upset or 2.
Yeah, obviously speaking of the fixtures, we're going to have a little bit of a look at results. As you can see, Guild Eagles taking it 2-0 against Sangao, and I'll be honest, that was a little bit unexpected. You know, both sides pretty strong. Sangao, you know, they showed a lot of dominance in the play-ins. I didn't really expect it to be, you know, that one-sided in that series. But still, as we mentioned, the Sinners as well. But first on the cards, MOUZ NXT versus Eyeballers. I'm really keen to see how this one plays.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting one between these 2 teams, because obviously I think sort of ever since we started seeing things like these academy rosters or these second rosters, whatever you want to call them, I do think MOUZ NXT have always been that staple of, we want to be the absolute best. We want to rival and challenge top teams in the world, even with not even our main roster. So I think they've always still got that statement around them, although necessarily the results that they've got haven't always sort of proven that in recent times. But they are still MOUZ NXT, Fred. They are still this team that can dominate and sort of really manhandle these teams. But Eyeballers, they're always a scary threat. We're going to be having a quick look at these rosters now. Any names you want to point out?
Yeah, I think PR is someone that I always kind of look at. I feel like PR, I feel like on the teams he's been in the past, maybe not had the kind of the successes, I want to say, as a team. But individually, PR's always been a player that has really stepped up. And I think, you know, can potentially solidify themselves in this NXT roster. And you brought up the fact that MOUZ NXT, this academy team, they do a really good job of kind of that promotion to that main team. You know, they have such a great kind of, I want to say, balance between bringing players up and bringing external talent in. And I think PR could be one of those players that we might see maybe by next year kind of breaking into that main MOUZ roster.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You look at the current MOUZ roster and so many of the players that they've had in that team, or have even had successful careers elsewhere, they very much have started here. And, I mean, games like this against some of the big dogs like JW and Golden are going to be very, very important to see how they do sort of turn the tide. But I do want to mention this Eyeballers roster. Any roster with a player like JW on, you know, it's always got me sort of salivating and exciting to see them play. But I mean, there's a lot of players that I'm sure many of you guys are going to be aware of here. In fact, Fred, we might actually touch on this in just a sec, as we do already have the vetoes. We were discussing coming into it, we're likely going to see Mirage banned and Nuke banned early. That's exactly what we're seeing. Neither team plays sort of Mirage or Nuke. Or at least, sorry, MOUZ don't play Mirage, Eyeballers don't play Nuke. They first ban it pretty much every game, so seeing that come out isn't a surprise. But Vertigo, Fred, is that a surprise?
No, I don't know. I think Vertigo, it's clear that both teams, they're comfortable on it. I feel like MOUZ, you know, it being their strongest map, it definitely makes sense. But the Overpass pick from the likes of Eyeballers is really interesting, because I was going to touch upon Overpass. You know, not only is it Eyeballers' best map, but it's also such a strength for MOUZ. So the fact that Overpass, you know, Eyeballers have picked it, it means that MOUZ are really set up to take this series in a 2-0 fashion. Not only coming into it as, I would, you know, maybe say the better team, but I feel like they've got kind of maybe stronger stars, I guess you could say. But the fact that Eyeballers have picked Overpass as well, I kind of expected Overpass to be that third map, and we might see Eyeballers pick kind of a bit more of a punish pick, maybe kind of bring something out completely out of the ordinary. But the fact they've picked it, I think the vetoes are slightly favoring MOUZ NXT here.
I mean, we do have to always take into consideration Golden has only recently joined this roster, obviously previously playing with JW in sort of every sort of stint he's had at Fnatic, but obviously there's a change in leadership that we are going to be having on this Eyeballers side. Sometimes you get the honeymoon period, sometimes you get the opposite, and you sort of need to give time to really see fully what the team can be like. So yeah, Overpass is a bit interesting. But I do think you look at sort of the map pool in terms of both teams, I don't really think there's a map that Eyeballers could pick, at least statistically, that is going to give them that one-up over MOUZ. MOUZ have such a strong map pool right now. They have a humongous sample size that they play of these maps. They have played so many, fully being grinded out. And, I mean, the map pool really does show it. Yeah, Overpass, Vertigo, it felt like we were going to see it. It felt like it had to be seen. Eyeballers aren't incredible at it. They do play it, like you said, but it does feel like it's one of those maps that they play just because you can't ban every map, you know. Whereas MOUZ, I mean, their Vertigo is very, very strong. 85% win rate over 20 maps, Fred.
Yeah, it's their most played. I think Vertigo, in my eyes, let's just forget about it. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Eyeballers. I think for them to win this series, it's going to have to be strong successes on Overpass. It's going to have to be kind of out of the gate swinging on Ancient, because I think Vertigo, don't get me wrong, Eyeballers can bring it close, and yes, they can still win it, but I think realistically, we're going to be seeing MOUZ taking it. We just need to make sure that it isn't one of those kind of 13-4 blowouts. We need Eyeballers to have a bit of a competitive chance on it, and then it means at least there's some confidence coming to Overpass, because without it, MOUZ can just stomp through this series, and that, you know, it's something that I brought up initially, and it's something that I think we are going to be talking about throughout this series, because, you know, it's their strongest map. They've got the most maps played in the last couple of months. It's the inverse of Eyeballers. Obviously, Vertigo being their second weakest. It's a tough one for them. I think it is going to be down to the individuals of Eyeballers. Obviously, you can't take out the fact that, you know, players like JW can just have an absolute stormer of a game. They can just dominate the whole game. And I think if you can have that scenario, then yeah, Eyeballers do have a stronger chance. But we need to see some absolutely amazing performances from the individuals.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with the addition of Golden. How is he going to be able to try to get the best out of these Eyeballers players? Obviously, you do have players like Golden and JW who do have that experience and a vast amount of it, especially JW at the tier 1 level in these really, really pressured situations. But now we do have to see sort of Golden be able to try to somehow get the most out of these players, because he's definitely not known as a fragging in-game leader, sort of never really has been, and I'd probably even argue to say that you're taking a bit of a hit in the fragging department, getting rid of Shine as well. So you are hoping that Golden's sort of call-in alone can be enough to try to sort of help this Eyeballers team really get the most out of what they do have. Because you touched on MOUZ NXT's sort of individuals, and there's a lot of young guns, a lot of players with a lot of firepower, but maybe not that experience, maybe not that consistency that other players can have.
Yeah, I think as well, not to take away from it, you know, we've got one of Counter-Strike's Hall of Fame. You know, we've got JW in the server, and I think that's something that not only is that they're the experience, but also the ability. Because you mentioned it, he's played at the top of Tier 1 for years and years. Obviously, it's a kind of maybe a less competitive environment he's in now, but still, you know, that's got to be a big factor to help eyeballers along the way.
Yeah, I think the experience that he can bring, I mean, he's been in these games. I don't think there's been a situation that he hasn't been in, whether it's sort of looking down the barrel of that sort of 13-0 or whether it's the complete opposite and they're just sort of stomping a game. But yeah, he's been there, seen it and done it all, really. So it is going to need to be players like him, players with a bit more experience are going to need to really try to sort of elevate the Eyeballers team. One thing I do love to talk about with this Eyeballers team, when you talk about a player like JW, who I think when you're watching Eyeballers, you're always going to have to, you normally do look at him with players like Flusher, players along the lines of that, and obviously he has played with Flusher for a long time. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Flusher was in this roster. I believe he still stands in occasionally for them. But you look at that and you think, oh, maybe JW doesn't have that same chemistry with anyone anymore. Him and Sapek, they've been playing together now for over 2 years. So there is that sort of core of this team still, and we are going to have to see it as Fred Vertigo is underway.
Yeah, obviously heading into the pistol, Eyeballers going to be starting on that CT side. Looks as though MOUZ going to be heading their way towards A. Sole Defender, not going to be easy. This has been spotted, so I think without rotations imminently, I think MOUZ are going to overwhelm the bomb site. We do see this flank come through, which is going to be key, but MOUZ are so ready for it. JW dropping down the ladder and has been eliminated. Pepzor, quick to trade. Krizen needs to be cautious, has been spotted, and Pepzor does a great job there in mid. So although MOUZ looked brilliant in this round as they headed towards A, the flank has worked out perfectly.
There's still plenty of time left in this one for MOUZ. They are going to need to start hitting their shots soon, Golden. Right now, I'm going to have an important task. PR seems aware of the possibility.
Yeah, I think in this scenario, just let them plant. Oh, okay. PR goes for the swing, and you mentioned Golden not a fragging in-game leader. That was a nice shot from him, Burmy Love. We'll get the trade, though, and oh, they're just swinging one by one while the smoke's still down. 1 versus 2. Really tough here. And eventually just get swarmed in. Pepzor, though, finding 4 in that round. Brilliant round. Great pistol, and it's exactly what the Eyeballers needed to start with.
I mean, you look at that 1v4 for Burmy Love. It did feel like there was a possibility. Did feel like there was a chance. He got given the 1v1s, but it wasn't to be on this occasion. So the 1-0 start for Eyeballers. You obviously mentioned MOUZ NXT. This is such a scary map for them. They are so sort of deadly on this. I mean, their win rate alone over such a large amount of maps is, I mean, speaks for itself, really. So the fact that Eyeballers do come away with sort of that early round victory, I mean, this could be what they do need to at least start off a bit of a good go on Vertigo.
Yeah, the second round's going to be really important, though. Obviously, you know, we've mentioned MOUZ not only playing this map so frequently, but the successes. You know, this kind of second round force on the T side, they've probably played it, you know, 15 times already. So in the last couple of months. So they're going to be so well prepped and drilled into what their strategies are going to be in this second round. And seeing as a lot of rifles are being invested for the Eyeballers, it means that when we've got the MAC-10s in play, and we've got 2 of them, I think we could be seeing MOUZ hitting with a lot of speed, and that could catch off Eyeballers, especially as utility. Yeah, it's strong, but it's not perfect.
I mean, just looking at the Eyeballers buy, they are aware that this is very likely a possibility. The fact that they have heavily prioritised these rifles, they don't really care about making money, just want to try to ensure this round victory. Quite a nice mid setup right now, JW elevated.
I guess that's the one advantage Eyeballers will have. You know, there's so much game film for them to watch regarding MOUZ NXT's Vertigo that they can kind of try and give themselves the best chance possible.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much, when you've got so much sample size out there for everyone to see, there's only so much you can do to catch people off. You've always got to be constantly adjusting your playbook. Pepzor under pressure, just drops a Molotov, is allowed to back away for free.
I think it was the right decision, though. I think sometimes when you kind of force through with the max in the mollies, yeah, you might find the kill, but death usually imminent. And speaking of PR, falls towards B. We're going to be seeing this aggression towards ramp now, and Sapek found by Burmilove, and back to this 4v4. Health on both JW and Heap not looking perfect, and MOUZ have done a good job so far to give them the best chance at winning this force.
Yeah, we do have Pepsor actually tucked behind the sandbags, and MOUZ don't have any util to force him out of there, so they are going to properly have to clear this. Pepsor going to be under so much pressure, but if not cleared, it could be an absolute bloodbath.
I don't seem all too aware of it, and here's Pepsor. The fact he only finds one, it's kind of a real benefit for MOUZ, but still not only dealing damage, delaying time, and speaking of time, only 10 seconds on the clock, but as Golden approaches, elevates himself up, found Krizen again just securing that range with the AK. Sierra closing out with a MAC-10. Weapons can be upgraded, but MOUZ success stories in the force, and the Eyeballers not going to be too happy about that, as the investment will need to come through and really not the finances to do so.
I mean, MOUZ not afraid at all to take their time there. Very, very slow on that force buy, using every sort of possible moment that they have to try to see if they can burn some util, try to see if they can get some info, get a pick. I mean, JW being brought down so low, and in that 3-on-3, the only one to find a kill, it's not ideal.
Yeah, I think as well, you understand Golden wanting to kind of elevate himself up towards headshot, try and deny the bomb plant, but when that fails and the bomb is going to go down, I don't really know why we saw it again. Not only on his own, but it's not as no trade can come through. They're aware that Krizen's going to be towards sandbags, and that gun duel is just so difficult to win regardless of kind of your health, and it really makes you question that, yeah, it's going to be a tough 2v3 with JW low HP, but the jumping up the second time round really wasn't worth it.
But you do think, though, that's just perfectly played from MOUZ, burning out so much util where they can't even go for that jump without sort of throwing a molly on the bomb, nading that bomb planter, throwing a flash for Golden. Those sort of things they just didn't have in their locker, because MOUZ and NXT was so happy to burn so much, and Golden is already dead. They just didn't know it yet. Krizen is the one to find him. Advantage for the T side.
I don't know if it seemed as though they let the AK shoot first and the MAC-10 finish it off. I don't know whether that was just well orchestrated or a bit of luck, but I'd love to hope that it was all on purpose.
Yeah, either way, MAC-10 getting the kill, getting extra gold, and could be getting a bit more here. Does spot one on the ramp, even more. Only able to find one. Pepsor does get the trade, but the CTs are falling, and it's all on Heap in this 1v4.
The thing is as well, Charlie, they go into this round with 4 rifles and a MAC-10. If they can leave it with the 4 rifles, it's not really a problem at all. The Deke of Heap currently progressing through middle. I think Heap, best case scenario, if you can find one, that's all you really need.
Yeah, would love to try to save a weapon.
No chance. So, and yeah, as mentioned, they go into the round with 4 rifles and a MAC. They leave it with the 4 rifles, so it's not too bad at all. MOUZ going to be happy with that. You know, securing another round. It's going to be an eco for the Eyeballers. Kind of makes you question why we didn't see maybe a little bit more structured aggression from the Pistols, because just sitting back and hoping the D shots to connect really isn't the best game plan when with weaker weapons.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just sort of that overwhelming threat of people swinging into ramp and realizing there's a lot more than you thought here. I mean, we've seen it work out a number of times. I mean, but on this occasion, MOUZ was just too aware for it. Does make you question, though, doesn't it, if Eyeballers could have won that second round? Because, I mean, we just know how strong MOUZ and NXT are on this map, that it feels like Eyeballers having an early start, sort of getting their individuals warmed up, getting them fully ready for this official could have at least given them a chance. Now, I mean, it's only 1 round separates them, but I am saying it because MOUZ are so strong on Vertigo.
Well, it's the fact that the third's going to come through as well, you know, without question. It's just USPs. We've got the MAC-10 once again out for Krizen. Going to be trying to make even more money. But, yeah, I think Eyeball is their best chance of kind of keeping things competitive and giving them that chance is, you know, they do such a good job to win the pistol, and it's kind of, okay, well, you've won the pistol. You should be winning the subsequent round. Obviously, we did see investment. We had, you know, AK, 2 Galils, 2 MAC-10s. But Eyeball still had util on their side. They still had strong rifles in play. It just goes to show that even when MOUZ are disadvantaged, they're still securing rounds. So I feel like MOUZ are just going to keep steamrolling. I feel like they've already shown dominance when against stronger weapons, and now they're going to be having AKs, maybe even the AWP in the next. They're going to be without limitation, and I think MOUZ are just going to continue this streak of success.
Yeah, I mean, the Vetoes was always an interesting sort of talking point. The fact that both teams have their permaban, that regardless they were going to ban. I would have loved to know, sort of, maybe one of them wanting to slide it, seeing if they could try to win the veto by making a very risky play. Maybe, imagine if Eyeballers let Nuke slide, trying to do something like that. The only issue is, if they did that, I mean, MOUZ, they don't have a great win rate on Nuke, but they're more than happy to play the map.
Yeah, I think as well, when you do have such the kind of limits regarding your map pool in the eyes of the Eyeballers, you can't really be taking those risks. I feel like the risks have to be taken when your team kind of can play every map, and you know your instaban just comes through because it might be your worst map. But my favorite thing in the vetoes is when both teams instabans the same map, because I feel like that's when you can get the mind games going. You can really kind of assert that mental dominance.
Yeah, force the other team to try to ban it and see how long you can slide it for yourself, really.
And then it just ends up as the third map and you're all having a laugh, playing a map you never play.
I mean, yeah, that does happen, but normally it ends up being the team to ban last is the one that sadly has to be the one to force it.
This is incredible.
Entry here, though. This is, once again, obviously, Eyeball is back on the full weapons, and already the site has been taken. The bomb will go down. Eyeball is probably going to be forced into a save.
The thing that I find absolutely ridiculous about all of it is they're able to get past kind of the top of ramp. They're able to get themselves pretty close to the bomb site without any information given. I feel like maybe towards B we need to see a little bit more aggression, or kind of sending the early Molotov, just something to force MOUZ back, but it was just so simple for them. You mentioned the save being the main goal. PR not going to be making it easy, as it's just Pepzor and Sapek remaining, and there's really no chance of saving.
Yeah, they're all going to fall, surely. Yeah, they do. I mean, that's devastating. Forcing to save. It's a 5-on-4. You go for the save, and you're only able to get 2 players and lose everyone for that. It's going to have to be another week by. MOUZ surely going to extend their lead even more. But, I mean, that's the thing. When you can just, you've got a good take when you can force the other team to save from just 1 kill. Because no one was anywhere near. They weren't in a good enough position. They couldn't use utils to sort of delay that bomb plant. It was just instant. Bomb was down. You've got a kill. Site is yours.
Yeah, I think as well that's the real problem when you do go for those ramp takes towards A or B player. It has to be well coordinated and communicated, because it was kind of just a little bit out in the open. It was fairly simple for MOUZ to get those entries, and there it is. And massive gap towards middle. Crisant gonna isolate the B defender in heap. Not even ready for it at all, and MOUZ just gonna head their way towards B. But it's just another round already over. It's 30 seconds and the round's done. The B bomb site's open.
It depends about this fight here. 2 rifles are holding. Can the CTs get anything done? Nope. Yep, the round's certainly done.
Great spray there.
Finding 3. Could find another.
The awareness there is brilliant.
Clean even with the rifles.
Yeah,
Top
I think
of the
this
charts right now. It's a scary looking MOUZ NXT.
But this is what I'm talking about. Eyeballers, if they found those first 3, yeah, we might be looking at a 3-2 scoreline, but it's already 5-1.
Yeah, we're going to need to see something. We do have JW on the AWP now.
Yeah, that's going to be a real catalyst for any success found by the Eyeballers. I still don't believe it to be enough, though. MOUZ NXT have just played their last successful round just perfectly. Just have the MAC-10 going alone out towards middle, see what they can find. Sapek now, blinded. Oh! That is real ice in the bed. Didn't shoot while blinded, out in the open. Just aware that the smoke might be enough. They might not push their way through it. And as the flash dissipates, that's when MOUZ NXT decide to go through. Perfectly timed for the Eyeballers. And
I mean, you look at that, and you do have to say MOUZ played that brilliantly. Just didn't clear the angle.
yeah.
In the open, flash. You did everything. Fully blinded him. Free kill there. You send the Mac in. That's an easy kill. Upgrades the weapon, but no, Sapek, like you said, Having the nerve not to shoot while blinded and hoping that he can spot something.
Yeah, now in this 3v5, there's 50 seconds on the clock. There's no real need for the eyeballers to give up these 1v1s. We might be seeing one. Molly to come through. Sapek just going to drop a smoke on it. And they've got that information, but not only is the smoke going to be down for so long, it's just a real irritation to deal with.
I mean, when you've only got 30 seconds on the clock as well. They do have another Molotov they can use, but...
It'll just be so little time remaining.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Molly is going to be coming out now. Do find the kill, but obviously eyeballers are fully aware where they are now. Look, all the CTs, they've rotated in. There can't be a chance, surely. Maybe there is. 8 seconds on the clock. The bomb is going down in the Molotov low. Neptune won't get it down. The route is going to be done. Eyeballers find their second, and that was so close. The bomb, honestly, milliseconds off going down.
Yeah, great molly there. I feel like it seemed as though MOUZ NXT were out of the round the second that first smoke came down on the molly towards sandbags, but there was a real chance there. Birmingham finding this kill in the smoke.
I mean, that is so close.
As down to the wire as I think it can get.
I mean, he's done punching in the digits. It literally is just...
placing it down.
Yeah, I can't believe that. The run boost does come through in Prison with the double. B bomb site opened, faltered in the last round, MOUZ NXT, but this one could instantly have stabilized. JW has rotated in with the AWP, but a lot of bodies to contend with.
I can't believe that not only have they done the run boost, but the fact there's no reaction to the drop down sound. The spray wasn't even that good, but able to find them both and PR a beautiful double once again. And not only does the MOUZ NXT side seemingly have the strategical advantage, but the players are just incredible.
Yeah, they're feeling it. I mean, you can see that this map very much is their home turf. I mean, look at that. They lose the next round. They lose the last round. This one, win it all 5 alive. Very clean stuff. Perfect read, I want to say, firstly. Prison, if that was his call, excellent stuff. Because just knew that, okay, I feel like they're going to push towards B this round. Send me in.
Yeah, Charlie, someone that we mentioned quite a lot in the kind of the pre-game, and the real asset the eyeballers had is currently 1-7. JW, only 1 kill found. It's not really the start you need, especially when fighting on your opponent's map pick.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it in terms of... he's had 2 rounds of the AWP, but hasn't actually really had a chance to use it. The previous round, it was one without him being needed. He was playing passively towards mid. And then the last, his 2 B defenders died so quickly, and just a bombardment of util coming his way. I don't even think he got to fire a shot.
Yeah, certainly not easy. And now we've got weaknesses on the eyeballer side already. You know, MOUZ are set to take the half within 9 rounds.
I would like to see when JW gets back on the AWP, I would like to see quite an aggressive play. They'll try to bring the fight a little bit towards MOUZ.
Well, I think it has to be the game plan. You know, I feel like JW needs to get himself in the action because really hasn't done. Great from Heap to find that pick. If the weapon can be retrieved as well, might give them a chance in this one.
We might be seeing a little 1v1. No, I was going to say we might be seeing a bit of a 1v1 towards B, and we are actually going to, but there's a lot more than just one player. JW just find one, switches to the MP9, gets a second, and this round is a possibility now. 3-on-2 for eyeballers.
It's just pistols though, that's the one problem. These weapons can't be retrieved. Eyeballers do a good job to just keep themselves out of it. Oh, Sierra, absolutely brilliant. Sapek and Pepsor are within the action, and with Deagles, we know all it takes is that one crisp headshot and it can be all over, but still, Sapek's still just jiggling, awaiting an overextension, and there it is. Sierra pushes, has been found. 30 seconds on the clock here. A possibility for NATO.
Yeah, they're happy to give it up. They don't want to directly fight Netu here. They want him to sort of plant that bomb. Be forced out. He is creeping up, and he does find one. Pepsol down the 1v1, spotted out.
Pepsol just jiggling, trying to analyze the best chance, but while locked in the corner with just a 5-7, no util to save him. Clutch going the way of MOUZ NXT, but the round really should have been a bit more dominant in their favour. The fact it was just that MP9 and the rest pistols. Yes, a success story regarding the round, but MOUZ is going to be disappointed with that one, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Eyeballers are going to be even more heartbroken. They did so much work. This was a great shot from Sapek. JW got the double. You asked him to step up, and he did so. But it just wasn't enough there. 2v1 from the Frenchman is really going to be rough.
I think as well, dropping the smoke on the bomb, we mentioned that kind of the Eyeballers, well, JW, once again back out of the orb.
He is so deep there. Pepsol does grab one back, but the confidence from Nietzsche just to push that far in. Golden now very isolated, does find PR, but the trade comes through. Advantage back in favour of MOUZ NXT, and even more. Look at Nietzsche go. Even further he's pushing in.
And I think sometimes when you kind of are the favourites, you can have that confidence because the Eyeballers, they're forced back. They want to try and take some control towards ramp. Yes, they find the pick there, but in doing so, they lose so much presence. And obviously, we did have 2 players towards B as well, and just mid was a fairly simple take. But MOUZ are on 8 rounds already, Charlie.
I mean, I'm just so mind blown by the calls and the reads of these players. You see, JW wasn't gone from mid for long. He went to support his team slightly on the A site. Came back, and already we see MOUZ out towards mid so deep.
Yeah, just right up in his face. There's no way you're kind of reacting to that. Prison. Ooh, I was going to say should fall. Pepsol's going to get hunted here. Oh, surely not.
He will be able to get away with that AWP, so can drop that over in the next. And I mean, if there's a round for JW to step up, I mean, this was so unfortunate. I mean, look how deep he is there, so ready for the swing. Nice find from Pepsol. He does get a double in this round, but MOUZ NXT across the map just doing one better every time.
Yeah, I think as well, the kind of the dominance they've shown in the previous rounds have really forced the Eyeballers to play a little bit more passive. You know, we saw that ramp take coming through, but it was still pretty late. It was, 1 minute 30. It still gives time for the MOUZ NXT players to establish positioning towards both middle and B. I feel like if the Eyeballers want to take that aggressive kind of CT ideology, they've got to do it with a little bit more pace, because MOUZ, they're very comfortable taking this space when no one's home.
New round here though, and the loss bonus has allowed Eyeballers to at least get another full buyout. You can see util is going to be the main issue. Everyone does have their main weapons at least, but we know how good MOUZ are at burning util, and with such little, you've got to be so careful with it if you are an Eyeballers player. Only 4 pieces remaining.
Yeah, just one smoke, one Molotov. Regardless of where MOUZ decide to head, a retake not going to be easy.
See Eyeballers, they've gone 2 directly towards B here. I've done for the last couple of rounds. Just paranoid about this 1 kill. Really ruining the round. The boost is coming through.
Ooh,
PR has been spotted, just dismantled, but he does a nice bit of damage to Heat.
Great nade onto Golden as well. Flash coming over. Oh! PR spots the head of him, but it doesn't matter. Golden will eliminate. It's a man advantage now for the Eyeballers, but now aware that with limited time, it is going to be this A play. Don't have the molly anymore. Just attempting to spam through the smoke. The bomb will be able to go down unless if Pepsol decides to push on through JW. Finding one through the smoke. Very key there. A 5-on-3, but 3 players have been chipped away at on the Eyeballers side. Burmy Love having a little bit of a look down in the flanks, but everyone going to be retaking from the same position. JW finds another 2 versus 5. Charlie, it's going to be near impossible, but let's see if they can make things work. The swing comes through, tap of the bomb, but JW You mentioned needing to step up when the AWP back within his grasp, and has done so on that retake, finding 3.
Important stuff from the Swedish AWPer. Desperately needed that. But I mean, really impressed from Golden to find this kill. Brought down to 19 HP. Desperately needed that, otherwise things could have really spiraled. Heap wasn't a lot of HP towards B. You think if PR finds that kill, he could just push on and probably take down Heap. Probably confirm the round from there, but Eyeballers do find their 3rd. Only 1 round remaining in this half, though. You think if Eyeballers want a chance to win this one, they have to win this.
Ooh, run boost again, I like it. Prison just going to be going back. The run boost alone is so ready for a player to be deep on this left-hand side. Staring at the boost. Flashbang going to be coming through now. Heap to peak. Oh, Flashbang misses, in fact. Charlie, we've got only 1 defender here on the A-bomb site. It's kind of 1 in Guardian, 2 on the B-bomb site. JW holding mid with the AWP.
You can see how sort of MOUZ have conditioned this Eyeballer side to be very paranoid about these fast B explosions.
And quite similarly with mid-lurks.
A lot of ramp has been taken. Double needs come through. Pepsor seems aware of it and does just back away.
Util coming over towards A. Still Eyeballers a little bit worried about late lurks towards both B and middle, as we have seen them in the past. And the elevation from Pepsor denied. So we should see the bomb going down in just a moment. Molotov has come through. Oh, we're going to be seeing a boost up here. Oh, JW! He spots it. We'll find him a little late to react, but still eliminates. So onto this 4-on-4. A player on each side lacking in the health department. PR. Tap of the bomb swings and is found, in fact. So this round's gotten even harder. Not only do they need to retrieve the bomb, but got to punch in the digits as well. And with the smoke fading, JW just going to have his sight set towards short here. Simple shot for JW. And MOUZ NXT, they've just overcomplicated JW with another. 1 versus 2 now for Netu. Surely not going to be able to best him. 2 seconds remaining, and yet Golden just evades. So 4th round found from the Eyeballers. But it really makes you question why we don't see PR just planting. So many risks taken from MOUZ NXT and really doesn't go their way.
Yeah, it does feel like the plant would be the best bet here. You know, Heap isn't going to swing out to deny that plant. He knows someone will be holding it, and yet sort of just gets given that fight. And JW, though, another 3k on this sort of A-site defense.
But it wasn't as though JW needed to go searching for kills. They kind of just came his way. And I think that's something that MOUZ really just kind of threw the round away. I think we had Syrah towards Gap. There's no way anyone swinging to deny the plant. Similarly, I believe Burmilov was holding the jump up. You really question as to why PR hasn't just punched in the digits. But I guess if MOUZ do somehow not get successes here on Vertigo, that round could be to blame. But the pistol looking very nice is both Syrah and Nieto finding these picks.
This is domination on the pistol. One of the fastest pistol wins from a CT side team. I mean, Eyeballers pushing towards A. Couldn't even get out of the ramp. Dead before that. I love the early boost on the pistol. Just get a free kill. Players aren't expecting it that early on. Back away, take more fights, win every single one practically. 1 round off double digits. Eyeballers, I don't know if they're going to be going for the same force buy that we saw MOUZ go for, and no, they'll just take the hit. They go for the eco.
Yeah, without the bomb plant, you can't even bring out, you know, Mac 10s would be a struggle. There'd be no utility. But yeah, I think already you mentioned the early boost. We spoke about MOUZ NXT's, the ability they have had about conditioning Eyeballers. I don't think Eyeballers head up towards A again without checking that boost.
No, I imagine they're always going to have a player's eyes glued to that spot, but there might not be many rounds left in this game. The way things are going, Eyeballers, you have to think the rounds that they've won, few and far between. 1 on the pistol. 2, arguably, thanks to JW's 3Ks. So it has sort of been heroics and that pistol round victory, but if Eyeballers are going to win, we're going to need to see a bit more of those heroics.
Eyeballers just sitting around, trying to waste some utility.
What we were seeing there?
Trying to run boost the stairs, but got to get through the stairs first.
Yeah, very peculiar, but either way, did get dismantled. Bit of chip damage dealt onto Sapek, not the healthiest player in the server.
Yeah, it looked like Birmingham wanted to drop a molly and then realised, actually, if I molly, they'll run away. I want the kills.
I mean, only 35 seconds left. There is that molly wasted. That's $600.
Minimal time remaining. These clocks have to die.
Oh, they certainly will. The bomb plant is going to be surely no chance it comes through. The T's taking a little while, so the rotations are going to be coming in regardless, and all players do full. So a little bit of util wasted. Other than that, a pretty clean round for MOUZ NXT.
It kind of makes you question, though, why don't we just see that kind of instant B pop? It's a 5v1, you know. If the sole B player gets you all in one mag, fair enough. You just congratulate PR for the FAMAS successes. But I don't think that's really going to happen. We could have seen the Glocks get a kill and also maybe the chance of the bomb plant. I understand you want to guarantee waste some util, but at the same time, you know, you could see if the bomb goes down, everyone's got full util. You know, if JW's the one that gets the kill and the bomb goes down, you know, we could see an AWP maybe. Oh, that is unfortunate. Nietzsche swinging through will fall. Golden as well, eliminating Crizant. And this is a great start for the Eyeballers.
Sapek was aware of it. It looked like he turned into the flash slightly sooner than he wanted, and somehow the CTs have brought this one back. 5-on-3 now. All leveled up again. Heap. He's going to be having a bit of a 1v1 duel here against PR. All his teammates are in mid. PR has to get this kill and he doesn't.
Yeah, pretty simple as well for Pepzor and Golden.
Wait, the bomb!
Doesn't really matter though. Heap quick enough to find Syrah before he extends past bridge. But yeah, I think we see those 2 kills in middle and kind of usually teams decide to fall back, freeze a little, but as they were very deep, wasn't really much, I believe, yeah, wasn't really much Sapek could do. Kind of makes you question why JW is still hanging around towards bottom ramp though.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was obviously that 5-on-3, but in the end of the round, you still only lost 2 players. I mean, that could have been very brutal there. Zero, if he takes down Heap, Pepzor's very low. And he's in a 1v2 with the bomb to be sort of at his feet. That could have been an interesting round. Sapek.
Oh, Charlie.
Finds the first. Zero switches to his nade. He can still nade in hand. Sapek just backs away.
Oh, Syrah.
I mean, he's basically confirmed that he's going to fall sooner or later. Neptune, nice push taking out Golden.
Great timing on the push there.
CTs are still pushing here. Yeah, Pepzor has backed away. The CTs can get plenty of control from this area. JW, though.
Yeah, timings have been brilliant here for the Eyeballers. JW might be able to find another. Seems a lot has gone their way in this round. It's kind of that aggression that MOUZ was taking on their T side that is working so well for the Eyeballers. But yeah, I think not a single gunfight, I want to say, had good timing written in regarding MOUZ NXT.
Bomb will go down and the scoreline will get slightly closer unless we see a very crazy 4v2, but MOUZ aren't even going for it, so I'll be impressed if they somehow win this.
Well, the thing is, they're going to have these rifles in the next. I think maybe just leave PR and Syrah to defend towards middle and B, and then kind of just have the Deagles having a chance with the pot shots towards ramp. But I think the Eyeballers, they've brought things closer, granted, yeah, but MOUZ is still only 3 rounds away, and we're yet to see a full investment from them on this CT side. You know, it's always been maybe a FAMAS in play, no AWP, util not perfect, and I think once MOUZ do have everything they want and more, I think that's where things are going to get a little bit tough for the Eyeballers. But the success Eyeballers have had, it's going to be a bit of a confidence booster.
Yeah, we are going to need to see Eyeballers try to continue this if there's any chance for them to take Vertigo. But it's not even just that. obviously you don't want to get absolutely dominated on map number 1. You want to at least make it competitive, sort of just give you a bit more confidence going into your map pick.
Yeah, definitely.
I love this.
Very cheeky. PR destined to find a pick. Flash comes through. And PR.
Oh,
they
so
spotted it.
close to peeking into it. I don't think they have.
Yeah, there's no way it's been spotted.
The question is, just how long are they going to stay here for? Maybe not much longer, as they will be given a kill. Golden's the man to fall. Advantage MOUZ. Obviously, not a great buy still. They do only have 2 M4s. He wants to take the fight. He's getting caught out. Oh, great find there onto NXT before backing away.
Brilliant nade onto PR as well, and PR now trapped. Molotov gonna make its way down. PR needing to swing, but held by Heat. Sarah will get one. JW, amazing on that trade. Bumlov will secure that A1S though. 1 versus 3 now. Finds the first. Reload needed. JW progressing. He has spotted both of them, but JW taking it. Nice round there. I have to say the M4s, they do a great job initially, but PR was just completely trapped towards white box. Really makes you question why PR doesn't just fall back. That was a nice
that was
fadeaway
a really
shot there.
Great shot from me. That kill very much could have just individually won the round, because the CTs were starting to swarm on those ramp players' positions, starting to overwhelm them, but just sort of getting rid of a player there is so crucial. But I mean, you've got to think, it was only 2 saved weapons. They made it very close. Bumlov had a chance, and neither CT in that 2v1 had a lot of health. So at the end of the day, they made the round competitive.
Yeah, not too bad at all. But JW wanting to peek before the smoke comes through. Oh, JW spotted PR. Brilliant opener. And JW,
you can see how well he knows those timings. I won't peek until that smoke goes down, and then I'll have a quick look. And you see JW has to back away from the smoke. He's been holding the angle the whole time. Finally jumps up to re-peek it. That's when PR's glued to his position.
yeah, nice individual play there. But I guess the teamwork on the second, even greater as Crizin sends the flashbang in. Boost going to be coming through. Pepzor attempting to find, but spotted, and Netju going to be aware that Golden, ready and waiting behind, has dealt a fair bit of damage as well. Through the box, Crizin by his side, and I think we're just going to be seeing a simple fight here for Crizin. Sapek, all that remains, 1 versus 5 now. Not even that much damage dealt to the MOUZ NXT guys, so an 11th should be secured here for MOUZ NXT. Oh! I was going to say bad timing, but Bumilov doesn't even go fully through it. Yeah, I think JW's kind of been on either end in this game. I feel like it's either first to die or 3Ks. There's no in between.
Yeah, it feels like there have been a few moments that have been very rough in terms of timing, but we say that looking at it from JW's perspective. You look at it in terms of the grand scheme of things, MOUZ have got this map down to an absolute T. They know exactly what they're doing. They know the timings that they can sort of exploit, and they've done it time and time again this game. And I'm really impressed by what I am seeing from them on their vertigo. But this game, by no stretch of the imagination, is completely one-sided. All it takes is a bit of a streak, and they could cause this upset. Sapek a little bit of contact early.
Yeah, with the return fire regarding Util, Sapek will just be falling back, and certainly the right decision there. We've got 4 players already on the A bomb site on the side. Oh, the jump spot. Aware of Sapek.
The second player firing as well. Sapek is getting bullied through this wall right now. JW catches a timing and catches a kill.
Yeah, just needs to keep himself alive. I think he's aware that Crizin is going to be around this sandbags area aggressing. And that's why Golden makes his way as well. We do have a Molotov on both Heap and Pepzor.
It's going to come down surely. Crizin.
I think they're going to go in contact.
Grenade.
I think they're just going to go in at the last second, but Crizin peeking. Finds one, spots out a second, needs some help from his teammates. Going to send out the flashbang, peeks in front of the Molotov. Oh, Crizin not only finds, but the smoke of his teammate has come down. Gives him something to hide him. Finally eliminated by Heap. Man advantage now for the Eyeballers. Burmilov, Orb in hand, will find one PR as well, eliminating. Now all on the hands, all within for Golden. 1 versus 2. Burmilov has extended out on the edge of the smoke. PR going to be jiggling. PR found. Burmilov attempting to swing. He has been spotted. Doesn't fire the orb shot. And Golden going to make this clutch somewhat possible. But Burmilov's USP does enough to take him down. And MOUZ NXT, they do find it devastating.
11 HP, Fred. Golden. The timing he pressed Burmilov forced him onto his sidearm. It felt like everything was going his way. But just that early chip damage really saved Burmilov there. Look, 56 HP. No bullets were connecting. And it's just the only one that does it straight into the dome from the USP. Burmilov brings his team onto map point, and it's just the push with the pistols. This could be a look at the util damage they've all taken.
Yeah, they're just going to have to make their way back. They know there's incoming airstrikes heading their way towards middle, and they've given up all positioning now.
They have done some decent damage in return. Obviously, finding a kill. Krisen 17 HP, not healthy at all, but I mean, just they haven't been able to retrieve any weapons. They're still on these sidearms. They're still on the Mac.
There's only 4 pieces of util as well. You know, if you're the Eyeballers, I really don't know what you can do here. I guess maybe
you have to pray your CCT pushes into you, but I mean, they're not going to. There's no chance. Look at how they're playing. So the CT's playing back to back with each other in mid, getting ready to trade off each other wherever the T's peak from. They've got backup as well.
The only place that the Eyeballers can really attempt to go is the A bomb site. It is undefended right now, but obviously a retake surely going to go the way of MOUZ. But just as we see Krisen back away from Guardian, that's when the Eyeballers decide to progress. But there it is. Burmilov will get one. Pepsor might try and attempt to retrieve the weapon. Ooh, smoke here. But not going for the guns. They're going to try and push their way through. Yeah, and with PR tucked away, simple stuff. Reload coming through. Surely going to hit the steps. Spotted out Heap. Swinging through and PR. Great way to finish the not only the round, but also the first map of the series. 18-10 on bar, but a 13-7 scoreline. I mentioned, Charlie, Eyeballers, they need to ensure that it isn't one of those dominant blowouts, but 7 rounds, I'd argue it's not really enough to go, okay, well, at least map 1 was close. We can see what we can do on our selection, because it's an even map regarding team strengths. Both Eyeballers and MOUZ and NXT have shown strengths on Overpass, so it's going to come down to this. I mentioned MOUZ have the chance to 2-0, and they've set themselves up very nicely for it.
Yeah, I mean, there were certainly some rounds that did get close. I mean, you could even argue that final round, considering the bye, was reasonably close. Obviously, there's a couple of clutches that didn't go the way of Eyeballers, but it is still a dominant victory, we have to say, from MOUZ NXT. It's their home map. It's a map that they, I mean, statistically, they were almost never going to win. Never going to lose, sorry. Yeah. Definitely going to win. And they did. And they did it well. They did it in a fashion that we knew they were going to. The question is, and it sort of was before even map 1, is how will Eyeballers respond on Overpass? It's a map that you mentioned in the pre-game. In terms of the vetoes, it's not exactly a guarantee. Not the same way that you look at Vertigo is for MOUZ.
Yeah.
But we are going to have to see them mentally reset. We're going to have to see them really step up and sort of get things going instantly. Because you can't play this one slow. You can't sort of make any mistakes. You have to show what you can do early on.
Yeah, obviously Overpass, that second map, you've mentioned it, but what we will do is have a little bit of time to talk about it after the break.
Are you sick of
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
Welcome back. Hope we're all doing well after that short little break. But Vertigo, and a pretty dominant affair, you have to say. The top performer for the Eyeballers being Pepsor, getting 13 kills. The bottom performer on MOUZ NXT, I believe it was Sira, who got 13 kills as well. So the highest of the Eyeballers was just matching the worst performer. And I say worst performer, everyone on that MOUZ NXT side played really well. Everyone had their moments. But Charlie, Overpass going to be heading up next. What are your thoughts heading into that one?
Yeah, we are going to obviously need to see a bit of a change up from Eyeballers. In terms of you look at stats and win rates, they pretty much have the same games played on it. Eyeballers have 11 maps to MOUZ NXT's 9, and the difference in win rate is 55% to 56%. So it's pretty much the same win rate. They have very similar statistics on it. We came into it knowing that Eyeballers wouldn't exactly have a guaranteed win in map. And I think this is sort of a similar situation. I said before sort of the break, I do think Eyeballers are going to need to have a good start on this map. They obviously won the pistol on Vertigo, but instantly lost that second round force by the MOUZ NXT. They are going to need to actually have a bit of a string of rounds, tried to stabilize their economy, tried to get JW on the AWP. He did have a few big games on the AWP, big rounds on the AWP. He had a couple of 3Ks here or there. They won both those rounds. And we are going to need to see a bit more, especially on a map like Overpass, where it can be so AWP-centric, can be really, really dominant. We're going to need to see more of that.
Yeah, I think it will be a dominating factor, but I think MOUZ NXT, they kind of took their chances brilliantly on Vertigo, whether that is just due to their kind of successes on the maps and the confidence on Vertigo, but I'm sure they're going to be bringing that same level of confidence here to Overpass. I feel like the timings that they took, we constantly saw that kind of aggressive push towards middle, whether we saw PR kind of trying to find picks towards B on the T side. I feel like we're going to be seeing similar aspects of their Vertigo on Overpass, because I think it is kind of the style that the team wants to go with. But Charlie, we've seen Vertigo, we've seen the results of map number 1. I'm going to push you for a prediction. How is it going to go? How are you thinking this game is going to finish?
Oh, that's not a nice question to be asked. I think, just due to what you said just there, actually, when you mentioned sort of if they have that similar playstyle, I'm going to actually give it to MOUZ NXT. I think there's so many avenues where you can really take control towards a log, especially. It's not going to be held every single round. You can really find some timings there towards Monster, obviously short connector. I think I'm going to give it 2-0, yeah. I'm not confident about that, and I'm hoping that we see a bit more from Eyeballers here.
Yeah, and it's a similar kind of thing. If it goes to Ancient, you know, it's still favoured towards MOUZ ever slightly, but yeah, I think it is going to be an interesting one. And JW starts things off nicely as he eliminates Burmy towards top con, so they've got that man advantage now. Util going to be making its way towards the B-bomb site as well. Smoke towards heaven there. So it is playing towards short, steps ahead. Quick rotations from 3 players towards short now, and Eyeballers, they take a lot of space, and oh, the realization to just plant for heaven's very key there. JW in the back lines will find one. Netju dropped down to 9 HP here, and PR, he's got a lot of work to do here. 3 opponents will find the first, needing to secure a second, but not able to do so. And I think it's fairly certain that the Eyeballers will be taking this one, and with the Glock of Golden eliminating Netju, not going to be easy for Sira.
Yeah, great pistol round in general from Eyeballers. JW finding that pick towards A, heading down towards B, taking all this deep control. Surely the Jawlies can't do it all, and they can't. Heap eventually puts Sierra down, and Eyeballers once again win the first round of this map.
Yeah, I think as well, it was key from JW finding that kill initially. Not only giving them that man advantage, but also kind of it enabled them to kind of be able to swarm the site and the defenses to be weaker.
Round number 2 now. We did see MOUZ NXT go for the Force Buy last time. No Force Buy in this one. So Eyeballers at least should win 2 rounds in a row. Something they couldn't do in that early portion of Vertigo.
And it's kind of, you said they needed to start off nicely, winning the pistol. Subsequent round after, it gives them that slight edge. But we are going to be seeing a fair few MAC-10s in this one. It means that the Eyeballers surely going to be operating with them against the full buy of MOUZ NXT. And Pepzor, I don't know whether he jiggled or whether it's just kind of that awareness that Long will be where they're stacking towards. But plenty of Molotovs thrown, and Burmy surely gonna go down.
Why not Golden spotted him? Yeah, that's the issue when sort of Golden's the one to beat there. You know the Zeus does definitely not have that range. So it feels like you are just going to have to take all the bullets of that MAC-10 and pray somehow you get given a kill. But that's not going to happen with the Zeus, I'm afraid. Eyeballers making their way out towards short. We are going to potentially see the connector swing. Timing's good for Krisen, but doesn't instantly hit the bullets, so he won't instantly find that kill.
Smoke dropped. I think they kind of aware. Eyeballers know that there's going to be a couple Zeuses in play. Boost above. Kind of boosting for the counter boost. I like it.
This is very interesting. Golden doesn't have a lot of HP, but we obviously know the Mac can tread so easily.
I think we might be seeing it. Golden seems quite hungry, yeah.
He does want these kills, but we know what these Zeuses can do.
Golden needs to back away. Yeah, he's making his way back towards the short pipe, but there's so many CTs here. This could be a bit devastating. Oh, Pepzor spotted one. The Mac's killing too quickly. And there it is.
Yeah,
all surviving.
Will survive. Yeah, that's going to be very big for the economy of Eyeballers. I mentioned they need to have a good start. They need to grow their economy, and right now that is what they are starting to do. Obviously, they are going to have a few limitations in terms of weaponry, just due to the fact that they did all survive. They've got a couple of Macs. They've got a couple of Galils. This is potentially where you can see something quite fast. You're aware that MOUZ NXT didn't go for the Force Buy, so their util in this round isn't going to be great. So something with a bit of speed behind it can always try to catch a team off, but they've only got one Molotov.
Especially with those MAC-10s in play, but Eyeballers looking to take some control towards middle. 2 players aggressing through playground, and they've got this space pretty comfortably. Obviously, the weaponry will be favoured, or in favour of MOUZ NXT. So Eyeballers, they've started things off nicely. No casualties in the last, which is a bit of a bonus. Speaking of bonuses, the next round is going to be where the AKs are in play for the Eyeballers, but it's just about whether they can win this bonus.
Still very split on the map for the teaser. They've got a lot of space. Oh, Sapek! Great way to find a pick. Able to back away. Netu not able to go for that swing. Just 2 smoke grenades remaining, and one has just been used. Netu gets dunked on with that HE grenade. So this is a really good start to this round from the T's.
Yeah, I think as well they've taken some space towards long. We've still got players in toilets. It's not as though MOUZ has got a deep player ready for a fast flank. They're still situated on bomb sites. Burmy seems very aware of Pepzor's position, but they're going to make their way towards the A bomb site here. Eyeballers still got a lot of util to work with. A statement that can't be made for MOUZ NXT. And it looks as though it's going to be a bit of a gamble here. Full gamble towards A, maybe. In fact, we still have Netu on the B bomb site. Flashbang coming over.
It's only Sierra here for now. I think they're going to call it quits.
Yeah. Save into the next. MAC-10 of Golden is creeping closer, but not yet been able to catch out Sierra. Yeah, if MOUZ NXT can keep these 4 and 4s in the next, give them a good chance. We'll have full utility on the majority of players, so I'd say it'll be a better buy, but still Eyeballers are going to be very happy with the result of that one. That's a 3rd round found on their T side.
Yeah, you think if these MAC-10s survive in the next, you do have to assume, Oh, Golden from range, actually, with that Mac finds one. I mean, that's definitely worth. It's only the Mac 10. Probably didn't want to play with it in the next anyway. And takes down one of the M4s from distance. And look what that does. That actually makes sort of this buy very difficult now. Because they can still obviously buy. They're going to have to drop over weapons though. 2 of them are going to have to drop. In fact, we're not actually seeing that. We are seeing Crizzen take the hit and just play on this MP9 instead so his team can get out util.
Yeah, util's still not great though. It's not that strong of a buy. If 4 survived, it would have been brilliant. But yeah, Golden does such a good job there with the Mac. We'll still be wielding the Mac 10 in this one. Dropped over by his teammates. We've still got 2 Galils in play as well. The money for the Eyeballers is just so
Look at this
good.
setup though. 3 towards a long, 1 in long toilets. Talk about a gamble. The B site is fully open.
Yeah, they're taking some control towards A. And it's perfectly timed, perfectly played. The flashbang is going to be coming over in a second. Vermilove. Oh, catches one with util in hand. Might search for another, but oh, lovely stuff from PR. Swings, attempting to eliminate Golden's Mac 10, but tucked behind the fountain. Sapek has made his position known. PR with no util. He's just got to try and fight his way out, but Sapek in such a nice position. We are going to be seeing this aggression in middle, but Heap could catch it off guard, catch them out, and ooh, Sierra lucky to be alive. Heap flanking fast, and Crizzen eventually coming to PR's aid, and Sierra finding Heap. And that was a great gamble from MOUZ NXT. It got a little bit awkward at portions, at stages, but still, they do find their first on the CT side.
I mean, it's such a bold call to make. You imagine if Golden kept that Mac 10 in the last, you would have had 2 Mac 10s in play for Eyeballers. There's a real possibility a B-Rush came through. And then you just go for the save. You can't. You've got everyone towards the other side of the map. Sure, you can go for the 5-on-5, but the amount of control that Eyeballers could take just wouldn't be worth it, surely. And somehow that gamble has worked out so nicely.
This is kind of what I mentioned about the T side of MOUZ NXT's Vertigos. They take liberties, they take gambles, they take risks, and it works out nicely. Oh, Netu finding that one, and they reboost. Eyeballers secure the first kill on the player boosting, and I think they just discredit any chance of a reboost as kind of assuming that the MOUZ NXT players would be a little too timid for it. Crizzen finds another hit. And from the opener going the way of Eyeballers to a 4-on-2 in favour of MOUZ.
Yeah, in a matter of seconds as well. So quickly this round has fallen apart for Eyeballers. Still, they do have plenty of time. The boost on B will actually allow a decent amount of space for Eyeballers to get out towards B. They can force Netu off this boost. They will have so much space towards B they can take.
Yeah, this boost though, I don't think it's one in which Pepsor is going to be 100% ready for. With Heap looking as though he's going to be coming from short, things aren't going to be easy. Flashbang coming over Monster. Pepsor needs to hit an incredible shot here. Well, they have forced them off. The initial goal has been secured, but I don't think it really matters. Crizzen's so hungry for this kill, and Pepsor not ready for the fast swing. And that's a second secured for MOUZ NXT. 4 survivors, a couple AKs. Great round from them.
Yeah, bringing this game closer and closer. Just 1 round apart, but yeah, like you said, the reboost there, excellent stuff. This spray through the smoke. The kill onto JW was excellent as well. It's just the response from that early kill really did just show that, yeah, MOUZ, they're not happy losing 1 player, so they want to completely show you what they're made of as well.
It kind of makes you question the Eyeballers. That they find the opener, and in that scenario, they know that, okay, well, MOUZ's going to have to take some re-aggression somewhere. They've got to try and find a pick, bring things level. Otherwise, if they just let the dust settle, Eyeballers could easily overwhelm towards A or B. So they needed to be a little bit more aware. I think JW posted up deep towards short was it's kind of that 50-50 call. If you're not spotted, you surely find a pick, but Netu 100% ready and waiting for that AWP, and kind of just a bit of the AWP versus the rifle there. So many AWPers have been complaining, and it's quite clear to see why.
Vermilov potentially hanging around for too long. Takes the kill on Pepzor and decides to stay. So a 1-for-1 trade. Weapon retrieved as well.
And Sira's in bottom con. It's not as though there was no escape route.
Sira going to get a freebie onto Heap. Krizen's timing's good. No instant trade. Gives Krizen time to reset that aim. Time to get a teammate to support. Flash comes over. PR's the one to find the kill instead. JW on the Deagle and 1v4. Damage would be nice as the economy of MOUZ still isn't perfect yet. He's got his chance here. Just the bait of steps from Sierra. Not actually offering anything up.
The bomb still dropped though, and they are aware of it. JW going to be peeking. Ooh, very aware. Sadly, no headshot onto Krizen. 4 survivors for MOUZ, and finances on the rise.
And a leveled up scoreline as well. Obviously, MOUZ, they are on that CT side. And 3 in a row from them on these full buys. Had a bit of a slow start, but not anymore.
Yeah, this next round's going to be really key for the Eyeballers. Util not perfect. Really need to see them take it if they want strong chances at securing overpass, because although this is their map pick, we mentioned it's a bit of a 50-50, and MOUZ looking really good. Oh, Sierra. Yes, not the greatest of sprays, but it doesn't matter when your opponent's got a nade in hand.
Yeah, I mean, interesting that we're seeing Vermilov at the AWP. I mean, it feels like we've barely seen him on it in this series, to be fair. So it's nice to see him on the big green for once. Feels like he didn't really need it on Vertigo. Feels like sort of the game plan a lot of the time was sort of would just stick with the rifles. I mean, we saw he had some excellent rounds of the rifle. And I felt like there are a lot of teams now that are just kind of saying, let's just chill with the rifles. AWP isn't brilliant, and unless it really calls for it, maybe the rifles are just better. But nice to see him back on the AWP. Not a nice looking round for Eyeballers as they are in this 2-on-5. Both T's very split. Heap trying to probe towards A. 2 defenders have just emerged from the stairs, so he will have some 1v1s, and I believe he has just been spotted.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned Vermilov not really needed on the AWP, and definitely won't be. You know, currently just holding towards short. Next, you're going to find JW, PR eliminating Heap. And yeah, you've got the big green in play. I don't think he even saw anyone.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about. When you asked me, who do I think is going to win? I think the space that MOUZ can take, with what we saw them take on Vertigo, can just so easily be translated over to Overpass. There are so many areas, and long being one of them, mid being one of them, towards that fountain position. Because there's so much space to cover for the T's that you are just sometimes going to have to leave gaps. We saw Sierra perfectly exploit that.
I think as well, MOUZ NXT are kind of having a little bit more freedom. I feel like a lot of the pushes they're going for, you know, usually are in isolation. We saw the one towards Playground there, although the kill wasn't pretty, still found it. It's just all on timings, and I like that MOUZ NXT seem to have this freedom to kind of go for these individual plays, because that's where these heroic plays can come from. You know, you're pushing through, you find the opener, you get all the space, and it kind of sets the round in motion for your success. Great setup here towards B.
Yeah, very passive setup on the other side of the map. CTs know they've got a lot of control towards the B side. We can play a bit more passive. I say that. Start to take some more control here. 3 players towards the safe side of the map. Obviously, it is just the pistols for the Eyeballers.
Sierra's quite deep here. Could get potentially a little overwhelmed. Molly towards bathrooms. He is going to look to try and reposition. No one's been spotted yet. Oh, timing's not great for Krizen. Great shot from Heap as well. Weapons can be retrieved. Important kill from Birmingham. Needs to try and keep himself alive. Going to be a tough job to do that though. And Heap straight away ready for these flanks. PR needs to hit this shot. Not an easy one. PR now aggressing NXT will be by his side, and they are aware of him now, but they are just going to save. Although plenty of finances, not really enough time to justify going for it, and Eyeballers, they went around out of nowhere.
Yeah, we see this passive setup towards A, which felt like a really good call considering Eyeballers were just on these pistols. You're forcing them to be aggressive, to step up, and then we just see Sierra advance to a deep position. Krisen clearly wanting to help his teammate, but just getting completely caught out in the process.
Yeah, the worst thing as well for it is they had a smoke and 2 flashes. They had hardly any utility. I think if we saw a bit of a crossfire setup towards Truck and in Bank, I don't see a world in which the Eyeballers can break it.
Yeah, so just chill towards the site, have some good setups, and there's so many areas you can get a kill and just back away on the A site very comfortably, let your teammate take some of the pressure away from you. But no, maybe a bit of a misstep there from MOUZ, but Eyeballers do find their 4th. Still, weapons out for both sides. JW on the AWP.
And Burmilove as well.
Haven't really got to see much of an AWP battle between them. Really much of a contest so far.
Ooh, missed flashbang. Devastating there. The flash would have been perfect for JW. Should have been a pretty simple kill, as Heat would have been blinded as well, but Sarah sold a little bit of false hope there. I'm sending a flash. They're going to be blinded. Not landing. Burmilove will find that pick onto Pepzor. JW holding the lines for the fallback, and simple stuff from JW. So it brings it back to this 3-on-3. And with Burmilove falling, it's going to force rotation from Krisen.
Every time, seemingly, we see MOUZ go behind in terms of kills, they always manage to do something to get one back. And here it could be. Sapek gets deleted by Netu. JW, though, his position's been excellent this round. Can't hit the shot.
Yeah, PR as well is in such a good position. Golden's not ready for it in the slightest. They knew there was at least one towards Monster, but the fact that Netu did it all on his own. Now JW, 1 versus 3, needing the ace, and PR pretty comfortably will eliminate. Krisen has retrieved Burmilove's AWP as well, and MOUZ, they re-steady the ship as they will take the lead once again.
Yes, unfortunate there. Feels like JW was always in the right position. Missed that crucial shot that would have brought that back to a 2-on-2, and then would have opened up so many possibilities.
I still feel even if JW hits that shot, Golden and JW are going to progress out onto the B bomb site, and they're not going to be all too ready for the likes of PR. I really don't think they could have anticipated it.
I do think you have to think that you don't normally see those monster pushes that late into a round alone. You normally do have someone by your side. So it'll be interesting. It'd be tough. I think at least a trade would come through. But
yeah, it would give Eyeballs a possibility. Maybe bring it to a 1-on-1, but
I mean, who knows from there, really. But MOUZ, they are in the lead here, 5-4. And right now, this has been a pretty good half from Eyeballers. You know, you're on the T side. If you can keep things even, if you can get a 6-6 half, you definitely won't complain about that.
Yeah, I think, though, you've got to kind of realise that, you know, it was that 3-round start from them. It kicked off so nicely, yet MOUZ NXT, the second the guns have been out, the second they've kind of had that confidence to go for these individual pushes, things are working out nicely for them. So, yes, Eyeballers still in contention in this half. You know, it's a little bit back and forth here and there. You have to realise that it's been a 5-1 in the last 6. So, Eyeballers, if they do want to keep things competitive and give them the chance to go to that third map, they've got to find success.
Just about winning out on that gunfight, but Sierra gets a freebie onto Golden. Pepzor not even looking for the swing. Finally he does, and Burmilove, very isolated, no teammate supports as he's alone holding playground from the party position.
Well, Pepzor going to be pushing through long. Finds Krisen, the smoke fades, he's aware that Krisen might go looking, and now back to another 3-on-3. It was JW in the last to bring things back level.
Pepzor's forced this rotate off of B. It's all on Netu now towards B. PR is slowly making his way back down. In fact, he second-guessed himself.
Well, Siri's in a really good position. He's heard the steps down and connected. They're so aware that it's going to be this B play. But the max in a Sapek, surely going to catch off Nechu. He's pushing through the Molotov, and PR falling to JW. Yeah, we've got this fast rotation in Sira. Pepsol will give his life away, though, but Sira just going to be backing away, looking for the save. Can pick up the AWP of Burmy but Eyeballers do find their 5th hit.
Yeah, and that does feel like a bit of a mistake from MOUZ. They were in very good positions. That was a 5-on-3 there. Pepsol really crucial double towards A. Finding Burmy, and you can see communication was a little bit off there from the CT side. I don't really think we've touched on at all. It's been very clean, very concise all the way throughout this game, but yeah, a little bit off in that round, and then we just see Pepsol double up and just create so much space, so much pressure from his team.
Yeah, I think the teamwork from MOUZ has been pretty strong throughout, but it's those slight mistakes. You know, we saw the missed flash when Sira was swinging into Con. Obviously, the communication error that, you know, you have to. It's the only explanation that can be for Burmy dying, unless it just wanted to stick around. But when with the AWP open to 3 angles, it's not really the risk you'd normally be seeing an AWP take. But Eyeballers getting their 5th back level. This round,
a couple of rounds left of this half, so very decisive. And if Eyeballers can win this, or really if whoever wins this, you're forcing the other team onto a pretty poor bye.
Ooh, great nade from Crisant onto Sapek. Sapek with Util and Hang to send the flashbang, but not blinding. And Sapek creeping on the edge of the smoke, and PR. Ooh, Sapek had the chance to find Burmy there with a missed AWP shot. Nades coming through on the back of the B bomb site. JW still sitting around, and key kill to find. And MOUZ not looking good here, but JW standing tall as he finds his 2nd.
Yeah, and Eyeballers just back away from the B site. You can see instantly start creeping their way towards A. Just going to be leaving Sapek here as that pressure, as that presence, and he is going to be playing towards Monster. That's where both the CTs are. The smoke is going to fade.
Sapek surely falls. Nechu needs to keep himself alive. I believe Nechu can drop over 2 weapons, and Sira might be able to drop over 1, but I think MOUZ, it's not going to be a perfect buy in the next. Eyeballers securing 6. It's a much better performance from Eyeballers that we're seeing so far. You know, it's clear that the successes from Vertigo, from MOUZ, you know, they can't be easily extrapolated or brought over to Overpass. It's much more of a level playing field here, but I'm sure MOUZ NXT, it was their T side that impressed so heavily on Vertigo, and I'm sure they're going to be showing similar aspects of that here on Overpass.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I can't wait to see Eyeballers CT side.
Yeah,
JW's once again had a couple of big moments here. Been a few more impact frags and directly hard carrying, but I don't really think there's anyone in the server that you can say is doing that. I feel like it's every different player sort of chiming in at different times that is really winning either team sort of any rounds. And I do think, yeah, JW on that CT side of Overpass, I mean, that could be quite a scary sight for any team.
Yeah, I think here the short take from the CTs, it was just time and time again, just individuals. It seemed as though that maybe you could say everyone was just playing with that similar intention of, look, I'm in short, I'm fine, I'm deep, I'm in a good position, just leave me here and I'll see what I can do. And it just didn't really pan out that well for MOUZ. Flashbangs look to be coming through, and Sapek, nice shot there onto Sira. A little bit of hesitation as he was expecting continual aggression, but Burmy now finding Sapek trapped, but oh! Finding 2 there is brilliant. Burmy will get a trade, but a 2-on-3 now, and Burmy here's the steps of Pepsol. Gonna be extending himself, pushing up towards top of connector, but he needs to be worried as Pepsol is ready and waiting. Nice find from Nechu. And the bombs drop towards Monster here. This could be devastating. Pepsol going to be having a little bit of a look at combat. Seemingly ready for Burmy. Drop down herd from JW. 1 versus 2 now, and Burmy completely on his own. And now it's Nechu.
He's got the bomb. Bomb is at his feet. He's got time to play with. JW switched over to the rifle. Is he aware of it? Doesn't matter if he is, because he hits the shot. And the Swedish Jorpa does it. Extends the lead of Eyeballers. Fred, I think we've got a series on our hands now.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone's had their moments. Obviously, that double from Sapek was brilliant. Yes, the trade comes through. It seems as though MOUZ NXT, when they're kind of going for these individual plays, these risky pushes, we saw it from Netu there peeking towards Monster. It's a bit of a do or die. If there's a player deep towards Monster, Netu goes down. But obviously, finding that pick allows the space to be taken. But JW, it was just brilliant there. It didn't seem as though he was too ready for it, but just the instant headshot. And yeah, you mentioned it's given Eyeballers the lead. The pistol round is going to be so key here for MOUZ NXT if they want to close this series out 2-0. And I think if MOUZ aren't able to take Overpass, I think Ancient's going to be a different story to what we planned Overpass to be. Because I think Eyeballers are going to be coming into that one with confidence. MOUZ NXT are going to be kind of feeling, look, we should have taken this series and now we haven't. I think the mentality shift will be coming through here.
For now, though, even trades on the pistol until Sirats. He found his second. Eyeballers left in this disadvantaged situation. I'm not sure if there is a defuse kit down. Right now, time is not on their side.
Netu as well, doing a lot of damage. He will find a pick. Important trade from Crizzen, and PR still tucked away. Ooh, they seem wary of it. Crizzen, quick trade though, and now it's JW, another 1 versus 2.
Let's have a smoke grenade here. We'll throw that down.
Yeah, but there's no time. Just forced to back away. Not too sure what the game plan there was for JW.
Yeah, I think maybe he wants to just try to take everyone down, and I mean, if that's what his goal was, he certainly has done that. Weapons will be out for MOUZ. So we haven't really seen many forces on these rounds. We did see the initial one from MOUZ NXT, but since then, feels like both teams have been a bit too cautious.
On the CT side, it just isn't really a thing anymore. I think it's just so... It's so difficult because rounds... The value of each round has just gone up. So...
I mean, it certainly has, but I think it's normally... If you do get... Maybe if JW got those 2 kills rather than the bomb, I think you could have a question for it. Because you have a bit extra money.
Or maybe something kind of a bit different, like if a knife kill somehow comes through and you still lose. I think that's where you might question, okay, we've got a fair bit of funding. But yeah, I think it's too risky.
I mean, it does definitely change the game now, being MR12. Better or worse, that's not up to us to decide.
Do you like him MR12? Are you enjoying it? You hating it? What's the...
I do prefer MR15. But yeah, I'll still give it time. I'll give it time. Us CS fans are always very bad of change. Whenever a new map comes into the map pool, all it is for about the first year is how much we hate the map. Just because it's different. So I'll give it time. This round though does look pretty clean and might not be much time left in it for the CT side. It is just Heap remaining on this B site and he's about to get pressured by... Oh, nice find in fact. But that was the lower HP Netu and Heap somehow still allowed to be alive in this one. Surely not for long. Crizzen eventually does and put him to rest. But look how low he is, yeah. Burmy Love as well. Maybe another headshot. I don't think Heap was ever winning that, but at least a couple of damage. Yeah, just some of the damage that could be dealt. That was a great shot there.
Yeah, I think before we kind of went into the replays, yeah, JW, I believe, had enough to bring out the glass cannon, but has opted against it.
I think glass cannons are... I mean, I do very much feel like you now just glass cannon if you are very, very confident. I think it's a really good game, and you're like, yeah, I need the ult.
Or similarly, you know, you're kind of down to the wire, and you have to take a risk.
Yeah, I just think it's... I mean, the util usage we've seen from MOUZ, the spams that they've gone for, great. I mean, there's a spam, yeah, speak of the devil. This time it's against them. Sapek, great find. It does feel like that's pretty much the B player's job now. Find yourself a pick towards Connector. Because the amount of games I see them coming through is crazy.
Ooh, Sarah, going to be taking some control here towards long, and yeah, I think MOUZ NXT, the way they're playing is just this individual isolation. Bumilov potentially should have found that kill onto Heap. It seemed somewhat perfect, but nice shots there from Heap. But the way that MOUZ are taking space kind of on their own is quite nice. Ooh, PR needs to be very careful here. Sierra going to be by his side. The flashbang needing to come through. And here's Sierra extending down the steps of Connector. Krisen emerging out of the short pipe. And now it's all on Heap. 1 versus 2 now. Utility completely favouring MOUZ. Heap without any. Not too sure if Heap does have a kit. I don't know if it shows it in this HUD, but doesn't seem as such.
I do think he's got nothing. Just his M4 and his wits. Right now his wits aren't serving him correctly as they are on the other side. Double molly towards... well, not directly towards Bang, but yeah, double molly on A. Picks up a kit now.
The thing is, because there's just so much time before Heap's even gained any information. Oh, Krisen's giving him a kill. Okay, Sierra, best of luck.
Just 20 HP though. Sierra looked like he wanted to take that fight initially.
I kind of like that game plan though. When you know your opponent is low, they're going to be playing quite cautiously. And I think if you are a little bit audacious, and we see it from Sierra, he's not playing for the bomb, he's not playing for, he's just looking for the pick. He's aware of where Heap's going to be coming through. I think sometimes it is the right approach. You can kind of get in your own head when you know, you're against someone who's low HP, you're just going to play from the vault. That's where things could go wrong, but plays it nicely. Not a great attempt.
Brilliant there, by the way, from Sierra and Krisen. Absolutely love that. You see the player towards short, trapped, knows he's going to get crunched on. Sierra charges down Connector. Krisen from the sewer pipe as well. Both absolutely run a sprint, really, to get there for their team. And they turn a horrible situation around. And they take the man advantage from it. Really, really great stuff from the two MOUZ players.
Yeah, and it puts MOUZ in the lead. You know, they're going to be against this half bite. We've got a couple deagles in play, but from what we saw from MOUZ towards the A-bomb site, I do really like kind of one player aggressing up long, one kind of pushing and testing the waters towards Divider. It's going to lead to an exciting finish here on Overpass.
I mean, looking at the scoreline, I thought it was going to do that regardless. Golden trying to make some magic work with this deagle. Has to just try to evade and back away, but PR has different ideas, and as does Krisen. Finds Heap on the bomb site, just 2 Swedes remaining.
Yeah, and I think Krisen could be soon to eliminate Sapek. Smoke coming through. Ooh, Krisen, and there it is. One missed shot is all it takes. And Krisen's max hungry. The steps potentially could have been heard there. And the player in Connector, Pepzor, with a 5-7 towards Playground, but you can see the swarm, the pack of wolves making their way.
I think at best he's getting 1 here.
Can't even. 6 HP on Krisen, but still will survive. I wonder here, are we still going to see the Mac on Krisen, or is it going to be time for upgrade?
You see, this was question. We saw Eyeballers have that a few times as well, where they had a couple of Macs in play for a few rounds. We never really saw anything fast. It did always look like they just played their regular rounds, just with a Mac 10.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting what we do see. I'd like to see something a bit more sort of fast from MOUZ NXT. Maybe even if it's just sort of send Krisen in to take some space somewhere and just worst case scenario look for the trade. But right now, once again, looks like they are just going to be a little bit slower. No need to rush things.
Slowly looking to take some control here. They smoke off the short side of Con. Going to be creeping through, and Burmy Love still just jiggling here towards middle. We do have that AWP on JW though. Can be a real difference maker, and I think once they realise that JW's on the AWP, MOUZ potentially might be playing with a little bit of a different game plan, because not only are you trying to isolate one of the stronger weapons, the AWP has always been a real dominating factor, especially on a map like Overpass, but well within the hands of JW. Definitely
this
wanting
could be good. Nades do fly out, but Pepsel, he's had a few double nades coming his way this series, but has managed just to evade them as much as possible. We can't evade the bullets though. PR just pushes out and retreats.
The bomb's on A
molly
side.
At his feet.
The bomb's making its way towards the A bomb site. We're going to be seeing rotations coming through. Oh, in fact, Burmy Love backs away. is now going to go towards B.
There's 35 seconds on the clock. The timing can be awful here from Eyeball if they just step up to take control and they get eliminated. The util bombards. In fact, blimey, Ned's you there. Not ideal, but JW's all. I wanted to see this on overpass. There's 20 seconds. Can he do anything with it? Finds the first.
Yeah, PR falling here. Attempting the shot onto Burmilove. Ooh, Burmilove jumps through. I don't know. Well, it's surely been heard. What JW spotted. We do have a flank coming through. It's all about whether MOUZ can delay long enough. Great nade onto Burmilove. He needs to get himself out of that. Will find JW. And Netshoot eliminating Heap. The flank not even needed. And MOUZ, they extend the lead.
Scary thing is there, Fred, is Eyeballer is fully committed to that. They wanted to give that clutch a go, so they lost everything.
Yes.
Everyone fell. Once again, gonna have to be another partial investment, but slowly but surely we're seeing MOUZ creep their way towards that finish line.
Yeah, and with the full loss bonus, I believe, coming through in this one, you know, if we had those 2 rifles save, we could have seen 2 weapons dropped over and an MP9 in play. It would have given them something else to work with, but yeah, it is just going to be this half buy. We've got the Mac 10 on Crizzen once again. Short attempted to be taken by the Eyeballers, and it is successful. Ooh, bit of a counter boost potentially coming through, and it was many players in con. Crizzen needs to be cautious, but instant headshot from Sapek. Success here from the Eyeballers, and now Netshoot going to be getting crunched in on. We mentioned that Eyeballers could have had a buy in the last, or the buy in this one and given them a chance, but the Pistols are doing a great job so far.
JW does get caught out there. Awkward position to be in, but does end up getting found. So he gives MOUZ a bit of a chance. Sierra's very deep. Good awareness from Pepsol, not just to swing out. Would have given his life away.
Ooh, going to be having a bit of a skirmish altercation towards top con. Sierra, oh, he's playing so close to the smoke.
Oh no, Fred.
This could go so wrong. Pushes through! Finding 2, third, surely not to happen as runs out of ammunition, but Sapek and Heat both finding picks. It's now all on Burmilove. Does have the bomb on his back, attempting to isolate, but Heap is so ready for this. He's going to be repositioning. Oh, it's all going to be about timing here. Burmilove clearing, playing very passively. Burmilove going to be making his way back up through Dumpster.
Yeah, nowhere feels safe for him at all. Feels like he's getting pressured from everywhere. We'll start punching in those digits. And now the post plant begins.
There isn't a kit. So if Burmilove's able to find this pick onto Heap, it will give him a real chance. But they're so aware that CT is the goal. Oh, Burmilove's been spotted, and now the double swing coming through, needing to isolate. Stuck towards Bank, tap on the bomb. Burmilove still a little bit worried that the stick could be coming through, but not peeking yet. And now here comes the stick. Burmilove spotting, needing to find the pick, trying to isolate the fight, but Heap eliminating. And the round will go the way of the Eyeballers. With just pistols in play, they make things work, but a brilliant round there. The boost towards Con, eliminating Crizzen early, and then we see the kind of the crunch in on Netshoot.
Yeah, it could be a game-changing rounds there. This feels like it should have ended it. That push through the smoke, getting the double. Sapek finding the kill towards mid. That looked like a great awareness from Sapek in general there, because easily could have just had his back turned to that position. But this could really be costly for MOUZ NXT, because that would have confirmed 11, just been 1 round away from getting a guaranteed at least overtime and getting yourself in map in series point. Now Eyeballers can look to try to punish. That was obviously their first round that they've won in this half so far.
Yeah, I think as well, it was tough for Burmilove because the continual jiggle just gave it all away. Ooh, nice from Sapek. Fine PR, but for some reason, Pepsor
has to be aware there could be another.
Really unfortunate and quite honestly, really unnecessary. But I think Burmilove would have had a strong chance in that clutch if he wasn't just continually jiggling, because it just gives information away. But if he just goes dead silent for 6-7 seconds, that's when Heap has to be so worried about Dumpster as well. That Bank can't be the only avenue. But nice attempt, sadly unable to. But Eyeballers are going to be ecstatic with that one.
I mean, such an important round and such a weak buy. JW didn't have much invested. No one else really did. You saw that the Eyeballers desperately wanted to make sure they had good utils, so they didn't overbuy by any means. They wanted to make sure they had everything out for this round, but even with just very little invested, they did still get that win.
Yeah, it seems as though they had a perfectly executed game plan. Take short with many players, see what we can do. We've got one in Con as well. It was really nice, and I think you mentioned it being a real differential round for both sides, and I think if Eyeballers are successful on Overpass throughout the whole of Ancient, we're going to be talking about that round because it is series defining. And Sapek, great double, finds his third in this one. Love just holding with the AWP, but another round going the way of the Eyeballers, Charlie.
Like I mentioned, it could be so crucial, that previous round, and Eyeballers winning this one round away from evening things up again. Money isn't... Well, it's not terrible. They can get a buyout.
Yeah, investment's going to be coming through.
I think it would just be PR who might be a bit restricted. I do think Netu can drop.
Yeah, he's on 3.8. I think the finances are there, but only just. And I think the save's definitely the right call. I think there's just no time. I think as well, it gives the opportunity for the AWP of Birmingham. But he's gone a little quiet. Had the AWP a couple rounds now, not been able to really show that much. And from a player we praised so heavily on Vertigo with the rifle, currently bottom of the charts for MOUZ NXT, yeah.
Still time and still some very important rounds left, so could easily try to right those wrongs.
I love
timing could be excellent. Interesting from Birmingham there.
Yeah, clearly just not aware of heat. Pepzor, lovely pick there onto Netu. And I think Crizzen, he was so deep here towards short, yet because time's now ticked, Eyeballers are going to be ready for a player in this type of position. I think if Crizzen decided to push out, straight away, it would have caught them off guard. But 3 defenders here towards the A bomb site for Eyeballers. We're going to be seeing a flash coming over barrels. It will be blinding PR.
Yeah, just going to delay slightly for some rotations to come in. The bomb site is free for the taking.
Oh, missed having smoke.
Yeah, can he easily exploit this? He does, finds one.
Yeah, now there's no real need to repeat. We've got 2 players already towards ABC. We've got a flank coming through from Con. Tap of the bomb. Attempting to waste some utility, but Syrah will find Golden. Now the digits can be punched in. Syrah looking for another.
Oh, Syrah, this is so excellent. The Nado will take him down.
Oh,
no,
misses.
It doesn't.
Sapek will find him. Going to be aware of Crizzen as well. JW eliminating. And Eyeballers level things up 10 to 10. Shouldn't see an investment in the next from MOUZ NXT, and the Eyeballers could be the ones now to take over. They can get a buy,
Fred. They can get another investment out. It will just be Netu probably forced onto that Galil. Excellent attempt in that 4v2. Imagine if that nade was the reason Eyeballers didn't win.
Yeah, it'd be really unfortunate.
Either way, a victory for Eyeballers, and things are leveled up here. Do we see MOUZ NXT go for the buy? It feels like they should. You've got 5k on Syrah. I know it's not going to be perfect, but it can still be surely good enough.
Well, the thing is,
do you want to give up 11 for what would still be a pretty good buy?
We're contemplating what their goals are and what their intentions are in round number 21, and that's why we're seeing the tactical pause being called. They need to talk things through, and I think we needed to see maybe a couple more of these tac pauses coming through from MOUZ after the successes of the Eyeballers, because it seems as though after that pistol round success from Eyeballers, MOUZ have maybe been playing a little bit kind of too individually. We saw one player progressing up long, Birmingham was holding towards middle, but there was kind of no communication that he could have been deep towards playground that. I'd love to have seen how he kind of...
though. We are obviously seeing that investment, both sides. Such an important round. MOUZ have nothing in the bank. They lose this round without getting a bomb plant. It's scary times.
Yeah, not going to be an easy one for them as well, as Eyeballers have everything they could want and more. We've got JW on the AWP, and I feel like JW's had a lot of success, but really needed with the AWP. I feel like every round JW's done something, he's had to drop the AWP for an AK and a clutch, and granted, has won these rounds, but I'd like to see the kind of the 3Ks that we saw on the CT side of Vertigo.
Time is ticking, and MOUZ are heading towards long. JW could have his chances.
Ooh, Heap has spotted one. That's why we're seeing 2 smokes being thrown here. Both
JW repositioning towards it. Is smoked off for now. Just going to be dropping the Molotov.
I like the JW pushes in front of this. This could be perfect. Trying to peek. No one spotted. Eventually seen, but JW eliminating. Flash is coming over. We do see PR progressing through short, but found by Pepsor. And with limited time remaining, and not really an avenue down towards the B bomb site, are we going to see a save from MOUZ NXT? I think we kind of have to.
I mean, there's 10 seconds on the clock now. Yeah, they've got no choice. And it feels like, Fred, we're going to be talking about that round.
Yeah,
just the pistols from Eyeballers. And they broke the streak. MOUZ NXT, though, on 5 in a row. Eyeballers couldn't find a single round on their CT side. One sort of half by victory. And now they've really come alive here.
Yeah, not only have they won these last 4, the finances are just looking so strong. Even if MOUZ win this next round, they're going to be bringing out a buy in the next regardless. And it just goes to show that MOUZ have been playing with limitations in their full buys since that pistol success from the Eyeballers. There's never really been a perfect round.
Something interesting, Fred. The rounds that Eyeballers have won on this CT side, they've either been from the lack of time from the T side, or from just a bomb being defused. There haven't been any rounds just won from straight up kills.
So, speaking of straight up kills, finds one with that triple boost.
This was the full investment from MOUZ NXT.
Great from Sierra.
Important kill. Opens up this whole side of the map.
Yeah, and Sierra's got the confidence to take all this space. Golden seems very much aware of it. Sierra now knowing Golden's position. Jump spotting, not seeing. I wonder if we're going to see Sierra push through this smoke. There's no real need to, but...
Bomb is on net use, so it is taking its time to get to this side of the map. Still 2 Eyeballers plays on the B site.
Yeah, it could all just be a fake. I think Eyeballers are still not 100%, but now bomb coming through, going to be planted. We've got a player in con though, Bamilov, in such a nice position to take down the likes of Sapek. Ooh, Bamilov going to be peeking. Spots out Sapek. Has to just back away now. And it's whether Bamilov kind of rejoins his teammates or looks for the pick in con. Sierra done a great job to delay. We still got Nechu stuck on the bomb side. They're going to be progressing through bangs. Nechu finds one, secures the second. JW, yes, finds the pick, but dropped very low HP. Has to back away here.
And Sapek still just not able to actually get out of this connected position. I mean, Vermilov hadn't sort of found a kill on this post plant, but just kept the players' full attention, turned this sort of 2-dimensional retake just into that 1-dimensional one.
Yeah, and finally MOUZ, they've shown life on this T side, and it all comes from Sierra here. Heap falling. We've seen that type of play from Sierra a couple times, and Heap was the one successful, but here MOUZ, they're the ones that find the kill on the deep lurk towards Banana, and that's the A bomb site completely open. We mentioned how long it took the bomb to get there, but it didn't matter. Eyeballers couldn't find their way onto the A bomb site, and it just goes to show that MOUZ, they are kind of still operating with that, you know what, let's take a risk, let's send someone out. The ability of all these individuals on the MOUZ NXT side is just absolutely incredible, that they can take these risks, they can take these liberties, because it's been working out for them. Yes, 11-11, but you've got to remember that Eyeballers, they were the ones that won the T-Pistol. They started this off 3-0. They've just won the Force buy that's just brought them straight back into it. MOUZ has still looked really good on Overpass so far.
Yeah, not many rounds left, though.
It's Pepsor again.
Yeah, it always feels like he's at the front of these nades flying at him.
He's got a magnet on his head.
Luckily, it's not now strong a magnet because he never actually died from them.
I like what we're going to be
like
seeing.
We're heading into this B. Execute 3 defenders here. 4 Eyeballers. Good flash for now. Forces out the util. Just util. Smoke has to run away.
Yeah, the Molotov forcing him out. We are going to be seeing some quick rotations from Eyeballers, and it's going to be a real bloodbath on the bomb site. Flashbang coming through. They are aware of Pepzor's position. Spamming through. Pepzor found. And oh, PR secures another. Eventually Golden finding, but Netu eliminating Heap. And Golden trying to progress, but Netu tapping away in the smoke. It's all on JW. His nade will eliminate 1 versus 4 on 1v3. And MOUZ set to find 12, unless if JW can somehow win this. He's got a smoke and a Molotov. If he can find a pick with the AWP quickly, there is a chance. But MOUZ NXT just keeping themselves out of his line of sight. And surely 12 to be found. Not too sure as to what Eyeballers' financial situation is looking like. But oh, there's still time. There's a molly and a smoke. I think Jade, no, he's not going to go for it, but still going to create some pressure and attention. Crizzen, though, he's making his way up.
He has taken down Sierra. He has confirmed Sierra's life at least. It's not actually going to make a difference in terms of the finances of MOUZ. They can still invest in the next, but it's all going to come down to this final round. MOUZ prime themselves for map and series point. Ballers have to try to do something, Fred.
Well, look, they've got the weaponry to do it. The finances still strong enough to bring out a buy, and it leads to an exciting round 24. It's not as though one side weaker weapons than the other. But PR does a good job, flashes himself in. The fact he finds 2 there is incredible. And then the quick trades and the key kills from Netu. PR getting aggressive, was the hero of the last, and finding Sapek. Instant man advantage for MOUZ NXT. And now we're seeing a bit of an aggressive play from Pepzor. Timing's brilliant. Not only is Burmilove with util in hand, but oh, it doesn't really matter. PR finds another. It's a 4 versus 2 now, Charlie, and Burmilove looks to push through the smoke, and as it dissipates, he finds missed shot from JW. Burmilove eliminating, finding 3, and MOUZ NXT, the series winners.
Yeah, 2-0 victory, taking their first win here in this group stage, and it's an important one for them. It looks like they sort of faltered a little bit towards the end of Overpass, but stabilised when it mattered most, went 13-11. Eyeballers, it's a tough defeat for them. It's a tough defeat because it looked like they did enough. They started to turn things around. Obviously, it was a very tough sort of start to their CT side, but as soon as they won that pistol, we kept on mentioning this could be such a decisive round that we'll talk about if they end up going on to take it. But it was as soon as they needed to sort of just get over that final hurdle that we saw MOUZ just once again get back to their winning ways and just deny Eyeballers when it mattered most. No third map, no second chances for Eyeballers.
Yeah, I think, you know, we spoke about that pistol round potentially being a defining round of the series, but I think another one you've got to point out, we saw Sierra aggressing Banana, finds that pick onto Heap, yes, was able to delay for so long, and that was what that kind of secured the round. And quite similarly, what we saw on that B bloodbath, it was the flash through from PR, finding Pepzor in the smoke, somehow getting another, and then Netu getting 2, and it seemed as though, yes, we had those heroic plays, we had those, you know, amazing rounds from Eyeballers, but it's not to say that MOUZ weren't going to have those moments as well, and that's exactly what we saw when it came to the final stages. Yes, you know, MOUZ, they finally bring it, but Eyeballers, they finally bring it back, they get themselves to that spot. It seemed as though MOUZ were finally getting a bit on a bit of a streak on their T side, and it was all shut down. We saw that 4-round streak from the Eyeballers, and, you know, we were both kind of thinking, okay, here we go, map 3 going to be coming up, and it didn't really go that way, and it's such a tough way to lose not only a map but also a series, because Vertigo was just so dominant. We knew MOUZ were going to take it, and Eyeballers made things so competitive, and I would have been so interested to see how Ancient would go, because I think it's just another one of those, you know, long drawn out series.
50-50,
yeah, exactly.
It could have really gone either way, but you did mention it in the pre-game. You did say initially that, sort of looking at both teams, you do think that MOUZ NXT have a little bit more firepower sort of split between the whole team. And it does feel like, especially towards the end of Overpass, that was the difference maker. Those individual plays from PR, that double kill at the end from Burmilove, those sort of situations, it did feel like gave MOUZ just that slight edge over Eyeballers when it mattered most. But really, really great series to watch. Ancient would have been a map I would have absolutely loved to see. But Fred, we do have another best of 3 coming up in a little bit. X-Preezy versus Zero Tenacity. Do you want to give me a quick sort of a little teaser to what your thoughts are of that one?
Yeah, I think that one's gonna be really good. You know, I had the pleasure of watching the Zero Tenacity kind of playing in the play-ins, and the kind of style that they operated with and the way that they played was really, really nice to see. And it was kind of how we've seen Zero Tenacity play throughout. I feel like they kind of really show their strengths and always been a side that can somehow make kind of rounds come out of nowhere. I feel like Zero Tenacity, a player you have to mention, is kind of Brute Monster, and he had so many magic moments. And I feel like that's kind of the phrase that I assign to the Zero Tenacity side. It's you know, I don't know if you remember, but ages ago we watched Zero Tenacity back-to-back 1v4s with an AWP. It was about a year and a half ago, but still that magic moment's in my mind because somehow they just, when everything goes against them, they still have the ability to win rounds. And I feel like Zero Tenacity are going to be really interesting in that one. Obviously playing against the X-Preezy side, you know, a very strong team. We've seen, you know, plenty of these players play at a high level. I feel like Refresh is definitely one that you've got to talk about, you know, so I think it's not as similar to the JW that you can mention from the Eyeballers, not reach the same peaks, but at the same time I'd say Refresh is still kind of not out of his prime, not a kind of no longer a strong player. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one.
Still has a lot to prove, I think. A player like Refresh that I've always looked at very much that he's got a lot to prove, and I think in his moments like this, where he is on a team like X-Preezy, where he is sort of looked at as a bit more of, we want to see some more leadership from you, the experience that you have had. I think that's where he can really prove it. But you mentioned magic moments. We've seen plenty of magic moments in these initial games of this group stage. We still have one more to go, though. Won't be long before we end up watching that. We'll take a short break, and then we'll be back with X-Preezy versus Zero Tenacity.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases, upgrade dropped skins, and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.